Is it possible to fit the whole world into a 100-page book? George Orwell did it. Animal Farm appears to be a simple, deceptive fable. In reality, it is one of the rare works that so clearly reveals human nature, power games, and totalitarianism. Every page of this book is a warning. Every sentence seems to say, if you don't understand the world, you won't understand what happens to you. If you're ready, let's begin. Hello, friends! Today we're going to talk about a short but highly influential book, George Orwell's Animal Farm. It's not just a children's book, as you might think, but a full-fledged social and political allegory. Let's discover together what fits into just 100 pages. And yes, at the end of the video, I'll tell you why you should really read this book, so get ready. Animal Farm, as the name suggests, takes place on a farm. The animals on the farm are exploited by humans. One day, the pigs, especially Napoleon and Snowball, organize the other animals and start a revolution against the humans. At first, everything seems perfect. Equality, freedom, justice. But over time, the leaders of the revolution, the pigs, begin to abuse their power. This change we see in the book is interpreted as Orwell's criticism of the Soviet Union during the Stalin era. So, in fact, this is not a simple animal story, but a deeper social critique. The main characters in the book include Napoleon, Snowball, Boxer, and the other animals. Napoleon, a pig driven by greed for power and authority, who eventually becomes the absolute ruler of the farm. Snowball, a leader with revolutionary ideas, but who is ousted from the revolution by Napoleon. Boxer, an ordinary worker horse. He works under the motto, work harder, achieve more, but is ultimately betrayed. Orwell perfectly illustrates human behavior and social class divisions through animal characters. Despite the book's brevity, each character has symbolic depth. Once you realize this, you will see meaning in every line of the book. One of the most important themes in Animal Farm is the corruption of power. Orwell shows us that even a revolution that initially promises equality and justice can turn into tyranny if the right leaders are not in place. Another theme, propaganda and manipulation. The pigs constantly deceive the other animals by changing the 7 commandments and rewriting history. This part is particularly striking even in today's social media age, as it contains lessons about information manipulation and fake history. The book also explores the theme of labor and sacrifice. We see this clearly with the character Boxer. Boxer contributes to the farm entirely through his labor, but in the end, he is betrayed. Orwell shows us how those in power often use and disregard ordinary workers. The most important lesson I took from this book: revolutions and ideals depend on the character of the leaders. If the leaders are selfish and power-hungry, even the best ideas can become corrupted. Furthermore, despite being short and simple, the book conveys human psychology and social structure in such a way that every reader is bound to find something of themselves in it. Orwell's language is simple but effective. It leaves the reader plenty of room to think. Therefore, the book is not just a political critique, but also conveys a profound philosophical message about life and human relationships. In conclusion, despite being only a 100-page book, Animal Farm conveys messages worth millions of words. If you want to think about social justice, power, and human nature, this book is a must-read. Short, effective, and thought-provoking. A true classic. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. You can share the impact the book had on you in the comments. I'm curious!